I don't think digital transformation is primarily about technologies. That might sound odd, but in my experience of the last couple of years, the biggest job is not what we call tools technologies. You can implement a lot of technological backbone for the business in terms of database, in terms of digital tools and digital environments. But that's something where you have to just create the right kind of budget and people resources, and you push a button and it's happening. The much more difficult part, and actually also the more important part, is the transformation of the organization. It's the transformation of the DNA of the people and the ways of working in order to fit into a changing environment. In order to facilitate digital transformation, you need to change the DNA of the company. When I say DNA, what I mean is the organization. So the way we collaborate and work together, we still have ancient models and ideas of how an organization is set up and looks like. That is changing in a modern environment, the way we work together in agile teams, in fast-changing environments, which much smaller teams, which have responsibility built into much lower levels and local level. But it's also the way that we equip people with, the kind of capabilities and resources we give people have to change in order to be successful in a modern day environment. Well, I completely agree that culture and organization is not only the biggest challenge, but also probably the biggest differentiation point into the future. Who's going to be successful and who not. That's a really difficult topic, and I don't have the recipe, but what I see from experience is that all the kind of structured stuff like information, training, motivations, you have to do. Organizational changes you have to do. But that's not the fastest thing that's changing people's attitude and behavior. The fastest and most effective thing is actually when you get people in doing it themselves. So the more people you involve into projects, into teamwork that addresses new business model in completely new idea spaces, or let them work with different methodologies, lean, agile, etc. Those people who have done that suddenly become ambassadors. They have seen the light, and they are much more effective in transforming the organization from inside out as an ambassador, telling their own peers how great that is, what their experience was, and how life-changing that is, rather than the senior management, who has to be committed, absolutely, and has to communicate, but rather than the senior management telling from the top that we should change and how we should change. And that's necessary, but that's actually not the most credible part. The most credible part is get a lot of people in the company, experience it, even if just a short time. It will take some time before a total company is transformed in that way, but you can create island. I call it the oil spill theory. So you get a couple of drops of oil on the water surface, they spread, and at a certain point they merge. That's the whole idea.